I appreciate you sharing the fact that you felt frustration throughout your career from that. What helped you get over it? What specifically do you think it was that allowed you to sort of shed that feeling of comparison to your brother and feeling like you have to prove something? Was there anything in particular?
Yeah, that was. Yeah. You know what really made me change? I had to focus on what I really can control, which to fulfill my best potential. You know, I could not compare myself to him or to anybody else. And I think that once I really unleashed myself to be the best I could, that's when I became independent of anything else around. I was basically self-sufficient in the way, if I get positive results, if I get negative results, it would not affect me the same way. So I actually unleashed myself. I was free to be who I am, not just on the mats, guys. This is the thing. When an older brother plays a big influence in your personal life, that was a moment where I really stood my ground to be who I am. And this was me coming from being a teenager and becoming a young adult, black belt, side to side with a 3-time world champion, to eventually unleash to my best potential and go into places and directions and heights without allowing my brother's influences or comparisons or anybody else to stop my height. Because I think in life, you need to unleash your best potential every day. Once I truly took that in my heart, I accepted all my failures, I accepted all my successes, and I started to take my own journey in places that I knew was good for me. And then I became a more confident person, a more fulfilled person, and more successful person, because I basically became the best I could be. And I continue to do so every single day I live. And that came from that frustration, that feeling, that negative feeling that you may have. Some people may have with a brother, right? It could be with a teammate. It could be with a training partner. It could be with another competitor that you're facing. It could be against anyone. It goes beyond family grounds. I think it's truly to be the best you can be and be truth to yourself and not being worried or concerned if you don't achieve somebody else's things, because you only need to achieve your things, the things that it's in your control, with your reality, with your own boundaries, right? Because I had boundaries. That, some athletes, Ryan, have their goal to win no matter what. I didn't have that. I wanted to be the best competitor I can with a very set of boundaries that I made myself, which is I will not compromise my family. Number one rule. I'm a father and I'm a husband, and I'm not going to leave for months and leave my family behind in order to get a title. I didn't want to win that much to compromise the most important thing in my life. Second, I don't want to give up on my team, on my teammates, my students, the people I'm creating who help me do what I love. I'll not leave them behind for months at a time, only for my sake. That's the difference between being sometimes an athlete that thinks about its own development versus being a coach and a professor and a family man, which they are completely opposite mindsets. They're selfless mindset. So I wanted to be the best I could be in the tournaments, as long as I didn't compromise the two major things in my life. And that was already settled with me. So that was kind of how I kind of got to accept whoever I will be as a competitor. You said my titles earlier. There was no 4 world titles, world bronze, well, actually 6. That's not up to date on my profile. And there was no 2 world pro, it was 4 silver medalists. And that was like a total of 10 finals, right, in world championships. And I knew what it needed to be done to reach that less advantage, that was losing by a tiny margin. It would be some major change that I had to do, like give up everything, focus only on that for ages. But I kind of kept into the boundaries, and to be okay with that, that's the most important thing. I felt that I left everything in my competition years. I don't have the feeling to prove anymore. I was the absolute best I could be with the most important things in my life. And this is a very critical thinking, because there's a lot of people who become the best athletes they can be, but that they're not thinking with the infinite mindset. Life continues. And that is a very important mindset to develop, especially the new athletes, new people coming through the ranks, that to be the best you can be within your own awareness of that you need to play the long game, having the infinite mindset on an infinite game. Like Simon Sinek says, this is for me made a big deal.